Oh, here's a little video of a pond skimmer I brought off eBay. I think it's called Jebao. Here's the top of the skimmer. When I got it, it was too big. It was massive. Cut about 1.5 inches off 2 inches of the height of this and the height of that. Which meant the basket then was sitting up this high because it sits down on a bit of sponge, a bit of foam. So, got the basket, warmed it up over the oven, put it over a little bowl, pushed down on the outside, concaved it in, shortened the basket, retained the centre part, lifted the handle out, so now that's out the water. That was actually inside the basket. That sits up now proud. Basket sits down flush onto the outer rim. Lid goes on. Had to clean it up a little bit. There's a foam seal inside here, which is like a speaker gasket that you get on car speakers, house speakers, things like that. Just a foam gasket. That's then stuck in, but there was glue on the edges. I found when that was going down, you had the sharp edge on the edge of the bottom. It was actually getting stuck down and wouldn't come back up. So, like I say, cut that down, cleaned it up, cut that down, cleaned it up. Also, you'll find moulding marks at the bottom of here, and it goes from almost one diameter to another diameter there. So again, clean them off. If you don't do things like this, you'll find that it gets really temperamental. It sticks down. You go out, the thing's stuck down, sucks all the water out, and if you haven't got enough weight in the bottom, the thing floats around in the pond. You get this extension tube. This is, well, I haven't got a tape measure, but 2.5 tyres high. These are 195s. Work that out. So you get this tube. This tube is extendable. Goes down, see, and extend it out. Threaded that end. Threaded that end. That's a coupling on there. I don't know why they thread both ends. They could just thread one end female, one end male, and do away with the couplings, but there you go. That coupling there. And what I've had to do is, my pond in the middle is the depth of this with a pole on it, but it's going to be right in the middle of the pond. The pond's not a big pond, but it's still a bit of a pain. So I thought what I'd do is I'll take the pole out and use it like that. It was still too high. So cut that down. And what I've done as well, if you look on the connectors, the thread goes all the way to that end. This isn't, I've already cut this connector down, sorry, but the thread went all the way to that end, and then it left about that much of plastic with no thread in it. So what I've done is cut that off. That reduces the height of the connector, or the length of the connector, which reduces the height of the overall skimmer. So, here, that coupling there has been cut down. That coupling at the bottom there has been cut down. That's part of the universal joint there you've got, which you can tighten up once in place. You've got your outlet. I've already cut one off of there, so you've got that outlet there. Seal, we've got a rubber seal in there, which it doesn't seem like you really need it, but you've got a rubber seal for that. And filled the base up with concrete and a load of biostones I had left over. These ones actually float. I've chucked the others in the bottom of the pond, but these ones I thought, right, I'll just stick them in here. It looks better than just looking at the concrete that's filled that up. So there you have it. As you see now, the top sticks out, so even when this is in the water, remember this is going to be floating on the water. The basket doesn't float, so that will be up like that in the water. So as it was before, that was right down in the water. Now it's above the water, so the water will be like that, and you can still get hold of this without having to plunge your hand down into the filter. So yeah, that's it. Seems like a good skimmer at the first. Like I say, it was like a dustbin on a stick, but once you cut it down, I was going to go for a smaller one, but thing is, everything's smaller. Your filter's smaller, your strain is smaller. By the time you get a few lily leaves in there, as you can see this one now, there's my hand. So it's the width of my hand, length of my hand. So yeah.